Pro-Con. Is the perilous fight to protest at sporting events wrong? By the Tribune Company, 10/12/16, Level 5. Pro. Professional players have the right to protest. Colin Kaepernick plays football for the San Francisco 49ers. Recently, the National Football League, NFL quarterback, refused to stand when the national anthem played. The national anthem, or the Star-Spangled Banner, plays before most big sports events. Kaepernick said he decided not to stand as a sign of protest. He feels that African Americans are oppressed or kept down by the American government. Many people were angry that Kaepernick would not stand for the anthem. They felt it was a sign of disrespect to America. Their reaction almost ended an important conversation. Kaepernick was trying to start a discussion about race and violence in this country. However, something surprising happened. Many in the sports world supported Kaepernick. They supported him even if they continued to stand for the Star-Spangled Banner. Chip Kelly is Kaepernick's coach. He is one of the people who supports Kaepernick's right to protest. He said his quarterback's decision was his right as a citizen. Athletes in the 1960s. Kaepernick is not the first professional athlete to stand up for equal rights for people of all races. In 1967, professional boxer Muhammad Ali took a stand against the Vietnam War. He refused to fight in the war. In 1968, African-American runners Tommie Smith and John Carlos led a protest at the Summer Olympics in Mexico. When they were given their medals, they both raised a black-gloved fist in the air. This was known as the Black Power Salute. It was meant to show support for African Americans who were being treated badly around the world. Brave and wise. These sports stars were punished for taking a stand. Smith and Carlos lost their medals. Ali was banished from boxing for years. Many years passed before their actions were considered brave and wise. Today, our country still faces problems involving racial inequality. Many athletes and coaches know it. They have urged us to be a better country. We should listen to them. About the writer. Tim Wendell is the author of 11 books and is the writer-in-residence at Johns Hopkins University in Washington, D.C. All right, and now for the con side. Con. A sports stadium is no place to have a protest. For many Americans, watching sports is a way to relax and forget life's troubles. However, National Football League, NFL, player Colin Kaepernick may change that. The San Francisco 49ers quarterback is not the first athlete to mix politics and sports. For example, runners Tommie Smith and John Carlos were kicked out of the 1968 Summer Olympics. They held up black-gloved fists during the Star-Spangled Banner. Kaepernick is not even the only athlete to protest this year. In July, there was a protest in the Women's National Basketball Association. Players for the Minnesota Lynx wore Black Lives Matter t-shirts before a game. People who support the Black Lives Matter movement believe that some police and courts treat black people unfairly. Kaepernick is only one of the most famous athletes to protest, though. This has encouraged many similar protests. Now protests are happening everywhere, from high school teams to professional leagues. Some have voiced their support for Kaepernick. The general public may have a different view, though. Fewer people are watching NFL games so far this fall, and a recent survey says Kaepernick is the most disliked NFL player. The target that these athletes have chosen. I do not question someone's right to express their views. However, I do question the target that these athletes have chosen. By protesting the Star-Spangled Banner, they're protesting America. It is true that America has at times failed to live up to its values. However, it has also made progress. There have been some terrible events lately involving black men and the police. America did not cause these horrible things to happen, though. They happened in cities and towns. They involved individual people, not the whole country. Some police officers may have failed and hurt the African American community. Most Americans are upset about this. They want those who are responsible to pay for their actions. Athletes want to make a difference. If athletes want to make a difference, there are better ways than protesting the Star-Spangled Banner. Both Kaepernick and the 49ers recently announced that they will be donating to charities that focus on racial issues. Maybe that should have been their first response. Some athletes may continue to kneel during the Star-Spangled Banner. However, those of us who are proud of America should stand a little taller. When the Star-Spangled Banner plays, we should think about our love of country. It's not a time for politics. About the writer. Merrill Matthews is a resident scholar with the Institute for Policy Innovation in Dallas, Texas.